Hi, my name is Anastasia, and I purchased all of my items for dinner at Ralph's. And first, I wanted to read the total of the nutritional value for the whole dinner. This dinner consists of 617 calories, 195 calories from fat. Total fat is 21. Saturated fat 5.13 grams. Polyunsaturated fat is 9.25 grams, monosaturated fat 5.75 grams, and the cholesterol is 70 milligrams, sodium 588 grams, potassium 1179, total carbohydrates 72.99, dietary fiber 14.6 grams, sugars 30 grams, 0.52, protein 36.33. It contains vitamin A 71%, calcium 24%, vitamin C 87%, and iron 24%. As you could see, it's very healthy, has a lot of vitamins and minerals in there. And I would like to start with a salad. First, I made a salad. I sliced and diced 1 cup of lettuce, 1 medium tomato, quarter of cucumber, half of small onion, and add quarter cup of baby carrots and half of tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. And I wanted to read the table's nutritional value for the salad. For the salad, half cup of baby carrots, it's only 85 grams. And I used for the salad only quarter cup, and another quarter cup is going for the salmon on top. It's just a note to remember later. So in a half a cup of baby carrots, there's 29 calories. There's no calories from fat. Total fat is 0.1 gram. There's no saturated fat, polyunsaturated fat, or monosaturated fat. 0 gram of cholesterol. Sodium is 65 milligrams. Potassium is 200 milligrams. And total carbohydrates 7 grams, dietary fiber 2 grams, sugars 4, and protein 1 gram. And I used quarter of the cucumber, put it in my salad, and it has only 4 calories, only 0.1 grams of saturated fat. There's no fat, there's only 1 gram of sodium, total carbs 1 gram, and 0.2 grams of fiber, 0.5 grams of sugar, and 0.2 grams of protein. And I used 1 large tomato, and for 1 large tomato there's 33 calories, only 3 calories from fat. Total fat is 0.4 grams. Polyunsaturated fat is 0.2 grams, monosaturated 0.1 grams. And there's no sodium. Actually, there's 9 milligrams of sodium, but there's no cholesterol at all since it's vegetable. And there's 7.1 grams of carbohydrate, 2.2 grams of fiber, 4.8 grams of sugar, and 1.6 grams of protein. So, and there's 2 more items for the salad. I added I'm going to read for nutritional value for 1 small onion, but in my salad I added only half of the onion in the salad, and another half is going on top of the baked salmon. So for the whole small onion, which is 70 grams, it's 28 calories, and total fat is 0.1 gram. Calories from fat is only 1. No cholesterol, 3 grams of sodium, 101 milligrams of potassium, total carbohydrates 6.5 gram, and the fiber 1 gram. Sugar is 3.0 gram, and the protein 0.8. And of course, my salad has a lettuce, and I used only 1 cup of lettuce, and there's only 8 calories in 1 cup. Total fat is 0.1 gram. Calories from fat, only 1 calorie. No saturated fat, no polyunsaturated fat, 0 monosaturated fat, 0 cholesterol, 1.6 grams of total carbohydrate, and fiber 0.7 grams, sugar 1.1 gram, and the protein 0.5 grams. And now I'm proceeding for my dressing. I love to make my own dressing, and this is how I made it. I used 1 tablespoon of mayo, 2 tablespoons of whole milk, and 2 squeezed garlic cloves and tiny bit of pepper, and whip it with a fork. And I whipped it with a fork. And for my dressing, I used 1 tablespoon of mayo, which is 13 grams of mayo, and it's 90 calories. It has 90 calories from fat. It has total fat 10 grams, saturated fat 1.5 grams, polyunsaturated fat 6 grams, monounsaturated 2.5 grams, cholesterol 5 grams, sodium 90 milligrams. And there's no carbohydrates and no protein in there. And in 2 tablespoons of whole milk, there's only 18 calories, total fat of 0.88 grams, saturated fat 0.56 grams, polyunsaturated fat 0.058 grams, monosaturated fat 0.25 grams, and cholesterol 3 milligrams, sodium 12 milligrams, potassium 43 milligrams, total carbohydrates 1.36 grams, and the fiber is 0, and it has 0.97 grams of protein, and 2 cloves of garlic, which is really good for your heart, by the way. There's only 2 calories in 2 cloves of garlic, 0.03 grams of total fat, 0.005 grams of saturated fat, and polyunsaturated fat only 0.015 grams, and monosaturated fat 0.001 grams. No cholesterol, only 1 milligram of sodium, 24 milligrams of potassium, 1.98 grams of carbohydrate. It has 0.1 gram of fiber, 0.06 grams of sugar, and protein is 0.38 grams. So half of the dressing is gonna go on my salad, and another half of the dressing will go on salmon to make it very nice and tasty. And now we're gonna proceed to salmon. Since I use half a cup of baby carrots and half of the small onion on top, I already read the calories for the whole onion and for the half cup of carrots. I used 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese on top of the salmon after it's ready, and of course I baked it. So this is how I made the salmon. I baked the salmon in the oven for 30 minutes and on 320 degrees in Fahrenheit. I placed washed and cleaned salmon on oiled glassware. I put tiny bit of black pepper on top of the salmon, and then I add half of that cut onion on top, and I add 1/4 cup of the carrots, and then I put this a little bit of dressing on top, and after it's ready, I put 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese and sprinkle it all over. So I'm gonna read nutritional value for the Parmesan cheese and for baked salmon. Parmesan cheese in 1 tablespoon, there's only 20 calories. There is 1.5 grams of total fat. There's only 1 gram of saturated fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 60 milligrams of sodium, 0 carbohydrates, no dietary fiber, no sugars, only 2 grams of protein. And for baked salmon, it's about 4 ounces over here. After it was cooked, it was already 4 ounces. And there's 157 calories, and there's 63 calories from fat. Total fat is 6.96 grams, saturated fat 1.207 grams, polyunsaturated fat 2.417 grams, monosaturated fat 2.517 grams. Cholesterol, there's 57 milligrams, and sodium 430 milligrams, potassium 363 milligrams, total carbohydrates 0.5 grams, and sugar 0.1 grams, and the protein is 23 grams, which is 46%. While the salmon is baking for 30 minutes in the oven on 320 degrees, I cooked a half cup of rice with 1¼ cup of water. And while rice was cooking, I boiled the water for the broccoli and for a cauliflower. And I cooked broccoli and cauliflower in the boiling water for 3 minutes. And I wanted to read nutritional information for the rice, for broccoli and cauliflower. So for half cup of steamed brown rice, nutritional information. Calories 108, total fat 0.88 grams, saturated fat 0.176 grams, polyunsaturated fat 0.315 grams, monosaturated fat 0.319 grams, zero cholesterol, 5 milligrams of sodium, 42 milligrams of potassium, 22.39 grams of total carbohydrates, fiber 1.8 grams, which is really good for you, sugar 0.34 grams, and protein 2.52 grams. And nutritional information now for cauliflower, half of the cup of the cauliflower, 14 calories, only 3 calories from fat, total fat is 0.3, saturated fat 0.0 grams, polyunsaturated fat 0.1 grams, monosaturated fat 0.0 grams, zero cholesterol. It has 150 milligrams of sodium, total carbohydrate 2.5 grams, dietary fiber 1.4 grams, sugars 1.2 grams, and protein 1.1 gram. And for the broccoli, for half of the cup of broccoli, it's 17 calories, total fat is 0.2 grams, calories from fat only 2, saturated fat 0.038 grams, and polyunsaturated fat 0.082 grams, monosaturated fat 0.019 grams. There's no cholesterol. Sodium is 135 milligrams, potassium 141 milligram, total carbohydrates 3.46 grams, fiber 1.6 grams, sugar 0.67 grams, and the protein 1.15 grams. And finally, we're gonna move to dessert. There's 1 cup of fresh fruit. I cut 1/4 cup of apples, 1/4 cup of the banana, 1/4 cup of medium strawberries, and 1/4 cup of blueberries. And I wanted to read nutritional information for my fruit salad. So there's in the 1/4 cup of a banana only 33 calories. There's 0.12 grams of fat. Calories from fat only 1. Saturated fat 0.42 grams. Polyunsaturated fat 0.027 grams. Monosaturated fat 0.012 grams. Zero cholesterol, zero sodium, 134 milligrams of potassium, 8.56 grams of total carbohydrate, and 1 gram of fiber. Sugars 4.59 grams, protein 0.41 gram. And in 1/4 cup of Fuji apples, there's only 14 calories, no calories from fat, total fat 0.05 grams, saturated fat 0.008 grams, polyunsaturated fat 0.014 grams, monosaturated fat 0.002 grams, zero cholesterol, zero sodium, 29 milligrams of potassium, total carbohydrate 3.8 grams, dietary fiber 0.7 grams, sugars 2.86 grams, and protein 0.07 grams. All right, and I have 2 more items for the salad. 1/4 cup of sliced strawberries, 13 calories, total fat 0.12 grams, calories from fat only 1, saturated fat 0.06 grams, polyunsaturated fat 0.64 grams, monosaturated fat 0.18 grams, Zero cholesterol, zero sodium, 63 milligrams of potassium, total carbohydrates 3.19 grams, fiber 0.8 grams, sugars 1.93 grams, and protein 0.28 grams. And last fruit is the blueberries. And blueberries have quarter of the cup has only 21 calories. Calories from fat only 1. Total fat 0.12 grams. Saturated fat 0.01 grams. Polyunsaturated fat 0.053 grams. Monosaturated fat 0.017 grams, cholesterol 0, sodium 0 milligrams, potassium 28 milligrams, total carbohydrate 5.25 grams, fiber is 0.9 grams, sugar 3.61 gram, and protein 0.27 grams. And last but not least is the tea. After dessert, I have 1 cup of tea with slice of lemon and 4 drops of stevia. As you know, tea doesn't have any calories at all, and stevia, it's like sugar. It's a substitution of sugar. There's no calories at all. And in lemon, there's only 2 calories. It's a tiny slice of lemon, about 1/8 of the inch. It's only 2 calories. Total fat 0.02. Saturated fat 0.003, polyunsaturated fat 0.006, monosaturated fat 0.001, zero cholesterol, zero sodium, 10 milligrams of potassium, total carbohydrate 0.65, fiber 0.2 grams, sugar 0.18 grams, and protein 0.08 grams. So, the most important, and I forgot to mention it, before the dinner I always have a cup of water, and after dinner or before I go to bed I have my last cup of water, and I try to eat dinner before 7 p.m. so I don't gain weight. And the good thing about this dinner that it's under 2,000 calories, and I wanted to read nutritional information for the whole daily value, for the whole day, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And calories for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is 1,887. Calories from fat only 235. Total fat only 33 grams. Saturated fat 17.13 grams. Polyunsaturated fat 15.245 grams. Monosaturated fat 9.05 grams. Cholesterol 70, which is very important. You have to eat about 200 grams of cholesterol per day, no more. It's only 70 grams. Sodium 937 grams. Low sodium diet consists usually of 1,200 milligrams per day, and we consumed here in this dinner, lunch, and breakfast only 937 milligrams. Potassium is 1909, total carbohydrate 229.99, dietary fiber 22.6 grams. As you know, you have to eat a lot of fiber throughout the day, and this is perfect fiber intake. You could eat it up to 30 grams per day. Sugars 115.52 grams, and the protein 62.33 grams. All right, that concludes our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's it. Bon appetit. Enjoy it.